Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan the Law Arena. And the reason why you don't see me at the moment is because I'm taking my time. No, my computer's taking its time. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Inside the Booth. I am Dan the Law. And today is a great day and a great evening. I need to do this. Goodbye. Light on this side. All right. Well, just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming to watch me, just me. If you haven't noticed, I did a little bit of a handlebar mustache. I've had it for probably a good month or two by now. I didn't have any naked goggles, so I just put this on, something I made a while ago. Very Star Warsy style goggles, like a sand goggles or whatever. Yeah, so here I am, everyone. Here at Inside the Booth, I am going to be reviewing the most wonderful, magnificent movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. For those of you who don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is out right now on Paramount Plus. If you don't know that, now you do. Paramount Plus is streaming it today. The reason why I'm coming out with this show tonight for Sonic 3 is because I watched it this morning and I said, why not do this movie? It's a fun-filled movie. Obviously, it's got all the wonderful characters that you know and love from the first couple of movies, and the show Knuckles. So I am here to talk to everybody right now about Sonic 3. My first time watching this movie, it was a good movie. I recommend it. Is it the same as Sonic 1 and 2? It's very similar. Very similar. Is it better? Yeah, it's good. It's a good family movie for sure. It seems like Sonic movies are focused on family a lot, and not just family that's inside your own family, blood family, but it's like family of the family that you choose, or the family that is a family for you. Let's say you grew up with a bad family, or you don't have a family anymore. Well, guess what? Just like Sonic found a family, there are people out there who love other people and want them to be a part of their life, so they become a family, in a sense of a term of family. Like as Christians, we are family, and we choose to be in the family of Christ. So just like Sonic chooses to be in the family of his friend there. I forgot his name. I just took it down. His friend so and so. I just want to let everybody know that there are going to be spoilers ahead. So yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, you don't need to watch me talk about it. If you have seen the movie, you stay and put some input, because it's fun to interact with other people besides myself. And right now, I think it's just me. Well, there might be a couple people watching right now too. For those of you who are watching right now, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being uh, um, what do you call it? I can't call you customers, Patreons, I guess, patrons. Thank you for being patrons for Inside the Booth, or customers, I guess you could say, because you're not really customers. You come and watch faithfully all the time. Some of you do. And, we really appreciate it. And we love each and every one of you who do come and show their love and their support. Yeah, here at Inside the Booth, we review movies. And we, at the end of the review of the movie, we put a little Christian twist to it to tell you what we believe this movie could tell us about our Christian walk. It's called an allegory. So there you go. There you have it. If you like us here at Inside the Booth, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, vanquish the like button, ding the bell, so you get notified for more uploads and more lives. In the future, which I'll probably talk a little bit later after the movie review, we're going to be doing hopefully more like bigger shows and less like little me and, just regular movie reviews. By the way, I have some orange juice. Cheers. Freshly squeezed. I squeezed it myself a couple days back. Who does that anymore today? Who squeezes their own oranges? Not too many. Very good. Very delicious. Freshly squeezed orange juice. Very good. Alrighty then. By the way, one thing about Sonic, which I really love, Sonic, the first movie came out in 2020? They had to do some redo stuff because that Sonic face was horrible. But it's strange because you didn't see Jim Carrey for years. Then Sonic came out, and Jim Carrey is the man for this movie as Robotnik, and he plays Ivan Robotnik, something like that. And in Sonic 3, it's the Grandpa Robotnik, which is like Gerald Robotnik or something. And what would be interesting to me is that what if the Grandpa Gerald Robotnik is the same person, just from a different time and place? Because, you can throw those coins, and all you got to do is think of a place when you throw the coins, and then the place shows up. So what if you threw a coin, you thought of a place, but you also thought of a time period and a place, not just a place? Think about that. There you go. Some more future, going in the past and going into the future type stuff that Marvel has done so well. The DC's done so well. Yeah, this is what we should say with the Flash. Anyways, so here we go. Got Robotnik coming back. He's like a deadbeat guy now. He's living in his own. He's living in his crab as a deadbeat, and he's got long hair, and he's just like he let himself go. He's chubsy wubsies, and then that's it. He comes back. Hey Dan, hey Lovett, how you doing? Lovett ever after. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, showing up. Obviously, Robotnik is played by Jim Carrey. Amazing, fun. This movie was fun. If you have Paramount Plus, go see this movie. It was good. So this is Jim Carrey as I believe it was Ivan Robotnik or something. I forget his name. And then you got Gerald Robotnik, which is the grandpa with the white hair. Yeah. Jim Carrey retired and then came back just for this movie. That's true. He did retire from acting. He doesn't want to do it anymore, but he came back for this movie. I think he believes in this movie. That's why. Um, One thing is the whole family. These movies in general is all about like family and being together and never, you know, yeah, of course, Sonic beats up the bad guy, which is ultimately Jim Carrey as the quote unquote bad guy, as Dr. Eggman. But he's in this third movie, he's not like a terrible person. He's like one of those evil people that you just kind of like, It's like I like that guy. I don't know why, but I like him. He's kind of fun. He's cool. He's fun to be with. Um, so yeah. Sorry, everybody. If I skip a little bit and my internet kind of slows down and speeds up, that's because it's not my internet; it's my computer. Something happened not too long ago with my computer, and it just kind of hasn't been running quite as fast as it should be, or as I think. Yeah, the Sonic games are wholesome too. Yeah, it wasn't like shooting, like a shooting game. It was kind of like a Mario type of thing. You roll into the enemy, you beat him up with, yeah, it's good. All right, so I'm gonna use the internet, which means my computer might slow down a little bit, so I might lag just a touch once in a while, but it is gonna be what it is for now. Sorry, guys. Okay, ready? Um, so I'm gonna get into it right now. Right? Let's talk about the plot of this movie. The wonderful plot of this movie. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite to battle Shadow, a mysterious new enemy with powers unlike anything they've faced before. With their abilities outmatched in every way, they seek out an unlikely alliance to stop Shadow and protect the planet. And the unlikely alliance, like I said before, spoilers ahead, is Robotnik. I just yes, the rings. No, that's true. You collect all the rings, and then when you hit a bad guy or something, and you don't hit him the right way, all the rings fly out, and you got to recollect them before they fall down off the screen. That was always fun. Sonic is a fun game, because it really has no like plot, and these movies in itself have really no like real, like, you can't make a movie about a game when the game really has nothing to hold onto, as plot wise. But they do a good job with these movies, because you can kind of make up your own storyline and have fun with it. And that's what they've been doing. And I guess Jim Carrey had a lot to say about the third movie. He had a lot of input and stuff. So, which, by the way, they are probably going to be making a fourth Sonic movie, which I'm not mad about. I'll be honest, I'm not mad about it, because how some people, oh, I'm just getting tired of these movies because there's so many of them. For some reason, the Sonic movies, I'm not tired of them, and I don't think I'll get tired of them, just because they're family movies, they're fun movies. It's like a little cartoony type of thing, and you got Jim Carrey being his old goofy self. He's kind of a goofy guy, and even though he's the bad guy, he's like a fun, goofy bad guy. He just makes you laugh, just because he's so animated and so it's just fun. It's just a fun guy. I don't think there's too many movies that he could probably play anymore these days, but this role for Sonic, as Robotnik or Dr. Eggman is the perfect role for him. I just got to say it. It is the perfect role for this guy. I'm going to take this off. It's kind of making my head sweat. Yeah, it's a good role for him. And, man. Sorry. Fixing my hair. I'm trying to look over here and fix my hair, but it's not mirrored, so it's like it's really tough. Look, what part am I touching? Anyways. So dumb. So I give the plot a point because they do join up with Robotnik and they try to figure out what is wrong with this guy's shadow, why he hates everybody, and ultimately what is wrong with Gerald, the grandpa, where everybody's looking for a friend or for a family member in this movie, and Robotnik found his grandpa, and then he figured out that his grandpa is kind of an evil guy, and more evil than he is, and his grandpa wants to destroy the earth and himself and everything else. Like, everybody die, and the young Robotnik is like, no, let's not do that. I want to live, basically. By the way, Shadow, here we go. There's a bit of Shadow is, I'm gonna get into acting. Can you see that? I don't see that. Oh, there it goes. Shadow, he is played by, he's voiced, not played, he's voiced by none other than our favorite actor, Keanu Reeves. But it's funny because the way he voices him is very Clint Eastwood style. He does the like kind of whispery type of thing and scratchy voice. Very, very, very Clint Eastwoody. Need to watch the other two. Yes. You got to watch them all. Sonic 3 is good. Sonic 1 and 2 is good. It's funny because after I watched Sonic 3 this morning with my kids, they wanted to watch the other two. They were like, after this movie, can we watch Sonic 1 and Sonic? Yeah, you can watch them all. Because they're home from school, got winter break. And so they watched Sonic all day today. They didn't watch Knuckles, though, the TV show Knuckles, which that's a good show, too. Don't get me wrong. That's a really good show, too. So, yeah, it's very, very fun. Very fun. So let's see what else we have here. So since I started talking about actors, let's just get into acting. 1 point for plot for me, just because it's a fun movie. Acting. Obviously, you got the wonderful Jim Carrey. I mean, it's Jim Carrey, And then there's like a little girl in this movie who becomes friends with Shadow. And then, and then she passes away is one reason why he got mad at everybody. And her name is Elena Brown. And she did a good job. Let me tell you what, as a kid actress, she's probably like 11 or 12. She did really good. Really good. Ben Schwartz did a great job, like always, as Sonic. He's a good pick for the voice. James, what's his name? James Marsden, which is Tom Wachowski, Sonic's. I can't say friend or owner, but anyways, yeah. Like I said, Keanu Reeves did a great job. And in the end of the movie, they have this green emerald, and it makes them turn like lightning, the gold lightning color. Um, and Shadow and Sonic, they fight each other in this really high dense energy, and then they figure out that Shadow's like nice, but he's not like it's not like he wanted to be mean. He was just hurting and angry over um reviewing Sonic 3. Nice. Yes, we are reviewing Sonic 3. Thank you for watching, coming on, Mr. Sonic. Yeah, if you got any input, go ahead. I don't know the lore too well for Sonic. Is it, back in my day, 1990s, when Sega Genesis came out, it was just a game. It wasn't really a bunch of lore or anything there. Oh, look, I got look who's here. Jim Carrey. But yeah, we got just everybody did a great job. Even the people that were not in it that long, they did a good job too, as cameos and stuff. Wonderful job. Sometimes the graphics were a little cheesy, but at the same time, it was like one of those things where you just you let it pass because it's a kid's movie, and you're not really paying attention to much of it, and it's just fun. It's really just kind of a fun thing. I would love to go out and cosplay as Robotnik, Dr. Eggman. That would be fun. That'd be a fun thing to do. I think I could pull it off. I'm a little chubby, so I guess I could be like that. Or even if I got skinnier, I could be a skinny Dr. Eggman. But I think I could pull it off. One part of the movie that was hilarious was when Jim Carrey was dancing with himself with these suits on, and apparently these laser beams were supposed to like cut you in half and stuff like that. But their suits are like the way the way Jim Carrey pushed his grandpa into the laser beams, and the grandpa's like, "Oh, hey, the lasers aren't hurting me. Look at and Dr. Eggman goes, "Yeah, you were the test dummy. I didn't know if these suits were gonna work." That was hilarious. I loved it. And the other guy was like, "What?" There's some good funny and fun parts in this movie that just, it's so lighthearted and funny. It's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, I give. Did I already say it? I don't know if I said it. I give acting a point. Obviously, very good. And Jim Carrey to act with computer animated things. I don't know how he does it, but he's always been good at stuff like that. He's always been pretty good at like making you believe that the thing is there, and of course James Marsden, I think he was in the Yogi Bear movie too or something. He always does like the kids movies, with the animated animals. So he's good too. They're all good. They all did a good job. Give acting a point. Cinematography. Cinematography was pretty good. The real world stuff that they had him in, even the sci-fi looking things, like the bases and stuff like that. everything was well done. Um, and whoever did the lighting to the graphics, it makes it believable, makes it feel like they are in the scenes. Um, so yeah, so like this set, just I don't know, I like the sets. They were really good, and it had a good real world feel to it, and even inside the ships, they looked really good. So I give cinematography a point because I really did enjoy it myself. Yeah. So let's move on to the next, which is the score, the music of the movie. And let me tell you what, they did a phenomenal job, just like the other two movies. Obviously, some of the songs were reused from the first and second movie because it's a Sonic movie, and you want that Sonic feel in all your movies. Oh, it feels like Sonic. Why? Because it sounds like Sonic. Um, so they did a good job doing the music and putting it together and mixing it. The sound was good. There was no like fluctuation of sounds when you're listening to the movie, and like if the music was too louder than the voices and stuff. In some movies, they do that. I don't know why, where the music like gets really loud, where you can't hear what they're saying, or the sound effects, or the sound effects are louder than the music, and or the voice, you can't hear a voice because they're talking too low or something, and the mix of the sound is just off. This was good. This was pretty crisp and clear. You could hear everything, you could see everything throughout the whole movie, and it was really decent. So I give that a point. So next one, last but not least, and thanks everyone who is watching. But before I get into allegory, let's just go to a small, very small, tiny commercial break.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, everybody. Don't forget, if you like what we do here at Inside the Booth, if you like our shows, if you like me as a person, if you like Dan the Law, if you like everybody that comes on the shows, if you like the guests, if you like if you like what we do, the best way to show support, and I know not everybody can show support financially, so the best way to show support is to share the content, share it out, tell people about us so that they can subscribe, because we want to get into more kind of higher upper interviews and stuff like that, which will cost a little bit more money than the ones that we have been doing. We love the little people, by the way, because we are small and little people. So we don't mind having guests that have small, they aren't really famous people. We don't mind not famous people, because we like to make friendships. We love it here at Inside the Booth. But if you do want to help us financially, you can go and buy merchandise over at the shop store, www.insidetheboothtv.com/shop. And you can buy shirts, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, neck gaiters, mugs. Put your root beer in the mug. Put some coffee in the mug. And if you do buy some stuff, don't forget to take pictures and tag us in it. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We are on, obviously, YouTube. And we are on TikTok and X and all those other platforms. So go ahead and take a picture of the stuff you buy from us. tag us in it so we can see that you do enjoy our stuff and you do enjoy who we are as people, just talking away on the internet. So yeah, support us in those ways. We do have a Patreon and we do have membership here on YouTube, and yeah, support us any way you can. Obviously, the best support is to share, is to like, is to subscribe, and to tell other people about us. That's the best, one of the best ways. Word of mouth. I believe in word of mouth is superior to trying to share everything on the internet, because everything is drowned on the internet. You know, the algorithms, they just kind of, it gets drowned out. There's so many things and so many people on the internet. Us little guys, we're just trying to make it. So yeah, love you guys. Love you for being here. So I guess that was my commercial. Hurry,
Never give up. Never surrender.
Yes. All right. Back to the show. Sonic 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So the allegory of this wonderful movie, allegory. Like I said before, all three of these movies are kind of about family and not knowing who you are, not knowing what your identity is, because you're just alone out in the wilderness, you know. Scattered night. What's up? What's up, Phil? So like I said, these three movies, it seems like they're always a constant, you know, not knowing who you are and what you do in life, but in the end finding those people, linking arms together, becoming family, becoming one with each other. It's like, you know, it's like you're out in the wilderness. Oh, thank you. He likes the stash. Thank you. Just don't forget, Phil, I am the law. That's why my stash is the way it is. No, that's not the only reason why. It's because I want to be Dr. Robotnik. No, that's not the reason why either. Because I've been growing my stash for a few months now. I just shaved my beard so now you can see the stash better. That's all. What was I going to say? What was I saying? Family. Yes. You saw Phil. You should have came on here with me then, Phil. He goes, he saw this movie 3 times in the theater. Yes. It's a good movie. Like I said, man, it's so good. It's so fun to watch. It's just like a wholesome. All 3 of these Sonic movies are just like a fresh breath of air. You know, you got a wonderful Jim Carrey, which is a fresh breath of air to begin with. And plus, these movies are not like bogged down to any agenda. It's just wholesome and family fun and friendly, and it's just fun. So I was in allegory here. So let me just finish my allegory up. So when Shadow, which was like Knuckles in movie 2, and which was like Sonic in movie 1, Shadow was hurt. He was in pain. He didn't understand why he had to lose his best friend, which was that girl. And he wanted revenge and justice, but he didn't realize what he really needed was somebody to help him get through that hurt and pain, to see the good in life, to see the good in other people, because all he did was hold on to his anger, and which is not always a good thing. Don't always hold on to your anger. Anger brings us down. God doesn't want us to hold on to anger. Even if we're angry at God, He wants you to see good in everything and everybody. And, and just like Shadow, we're all in the wilderness sometimes. There's some people that are addicted to drugs or addicted to something, and they're hurting, right? And they're just in pain, and they just need somebody to be there to say, hey, man, look to Jesus, look to friendship, look to somebody who's got your back, And that's one thing, is that, like for me, I found Jesus in my life, so I follow him. And the church becomes the family. You find people, you find the good people around, you find people who are not trying to drag you down and keep you in that bitter state of being angry or hurt or just wanting to end things, but instead these people help you get through things, show you a way to live your life, and show you a way to just be happy in life, and to give you a purpose in life so that you can help others go through the same stuff that you've already been through. And Christ does that for us. And so, and that's all Shadow wanted. And so in the end, Shadow realized his problems, and even though Sonic won and started to beat him up, one little gesture, he said, all right, here it is, get me, And, his friend Tom told him, hey, be who you are no matter what changes in life. Always be the good person inside. And he was, and then there's like a funny thing. Oh, my lungs? No, your heart. Be good in your heart. Not always, follow your heart. When you're following Christ, it's tough sometimes because the heart can be deceitful. The heart can be evil. The heart can bring you places with emotion. But be a good person. Obviously, not just a heart, but in the mind. And hold on to that goodness and stand up for what's right. Because not always is your heart going to say when something is right, to follow it. Always follow what is right. That's not always emotional. You know what I mean? By the way, again, freshly squeezed orange juice. Cheers. I know there's something about freshly squeezed compared to the stores, because I didn't put any sugar in it or anything, and it tastes good to me. My kids don't like it because it's not sugar enough, but it's good for me. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know and who haven't seen this movie, there is a mid credits, and then there's one little thing at the end credits. So obviously Shadow is still alive, which makes me think, oh, Dr. Eggman is still alive too. And even though Dr. Eggman did join forces with Sonic in the end, or in the middle, then left and then came back, joined with him in the end, he's still kind of a quote-unquote bad guy, because he even said it. He goes, just because I'm with you now doesn't mean I'm going to be with you next time, which was kind of funny. But yeah, the reason why I say there's going to be a Sonic 4 is because in the mid-end credits and in the end credits, you have what are those Sonic bots? Those oh gosh, I can't even think of the name right now. I've read it earlier. Let's see here, without my computer slowing down and getting all screwy Louie. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I think they're called Mechasonics. Mechasonics, right? Probably somebody already said that. Oh, okay. They also announced Sonic 4 2 pretty early on while the film was in theaters. Okay. Metal Sonic? Yeah. Like Mechasonic, right? Mechasonic. Mechasonic is like just a bunch of robot Sonics. And if you play the game, you fight these guys, right? And so it was kind of cool to see in the kind of mid to end credits that they show up and he's whoa, looks kind of fun. Kind of fun. Can't wait to see what happens there. And this is why I said Robotnik is not dead, because I think he comes up with those Mechasonics. That's, back in the 90s, we used to play that game, and they were in it. They're part of Robotnik's, Eggman's enemies there. So, yeah. So I give the allegory a point as well. Yeah. So, anyways, for those of you who haven't seen this movie, and those of you who have, awesome. Here at Inside the Booth, Dan Arena, since I'm the only one that, talked about it and reviewed this movie, so there's the most it can be 5 points tonight. So, with that being said, tonight it did get all 5 points. Are there little spots that could be better? Are there little spots that are like, of course there is. No movie is a perfect movie, but this movie did do well in a lot of areas, so that's why I give it 5 points. Oh yes, and seeing Amy in that after credit scene nearly jumped out of your seat. Yes, that was cool. And I don't know if you see behind me here, I do have a little, right there, a little Amy next to me. Actually, my son got one of those little, mystery bags from the store. Her legs were broken off, so I had to glue them back together. That's why it's back here, because all the broken toys come to me so I can fix them. But yes, she is now fixed, so my son can play with it tomorrow. But yeah, he got an Amy. So there you go. We got a little Amy. Yes, she is in the end credits scene. That was cool. It was really cool. She had her hammer. It was fun. Very fun. I wonder if Amy's going to simp over Sonic like some versions of her will. Okay. I don't know. That would be interesting to see. Like I said, I don't know the lore that well. I stopped playing Sega Genesis when Nintendo 64 came out, and Sonic was the end of Sonic for me, Nintendo 64, and, playing shooting games with my friends. So that was the end of Sonic and Mario. But then they came out with Mario Kart, and so that Mario came back. Sonic didn't come back for a while. So, but I do like watching, seeing all this type of stuff. Because it was part of my childhood, I am going, I made the decision one of these days, maybe not now, maybe not 2 years from now or 3 years, but one of these years I'm going to do a Eggman cosplay. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. Well, I guess that's all I had to talk about this movie tonight, and I'm glad you guys stuck around and said hello and everything else like that. I'm glad Sonic was here earlier. I don't know if Sonic stayed to listen to the review or not. I don't know if I bored him to death because, you know, when I don't have a co-host, I can get boring, you know. So, would love to see Jelly White make a cameo in Sonic 4 because he voiced him in the first cartoon. Oh, yeah. Yes, have a great week, all. Yes, have a great week, rest of the week. Don't forget, this coming Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have the review show with me and Ron and Tony and Sean, the Star Wars nerds. So come watch that show. It's always a fun time together with those guys. And, you know, we geek out about a bunch of stupid stuff and we just talk. That's always a fun time because it's not just me talking. There's 4 of us talking and it gets good. And don't forget, every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm probably going to start talking about more maybe TV shows and stuff like that. I'm not going to stress on trying to get co-hosts all the time. You know, obviously we have Lovett is one of our co-hosts. She'll be on once a month, like always. And I won't stress on getting people all the time. Just because it's too stressful sometimes, you know, and planning is too stressful sometimes. The things I'm going to plan for in the future. This is one thing I wanted to talk about in the beginning, which I started talking about the movie instead. Now let's get back into kind of the future of Inside the Booth. We want to get more shows going. We want to start up Girls Night again. We also want to start up the Rumble show again. We also want to start up a Ghostbusters show, you know. And those are the things I want to focus on more. It's just like kind of bigger shows with a few people. And where I don't have to be like the main guy talking all the time, you know. So we're going to start doing that a little bit more. And it'll be, most of these shows will be probably once a month or once every other month. However it turns out, it's going to turn out. And we'll probably get separate YouTube channels for each of these shows, but always they're going to stay on Inside the Booth because that's where we are. That's who we are. I've always wanted to do like networking type stuff, like as if I would love in the future, for those of you who are still watching, I would love in the future to have like Inside the Booth just run shows constantly, daily. And just like, you know, kind of like a TV show. You turn on CBS and there's like shows running all day long, every day. And you're entertained, you know, and you don't have to come on all the time. You it's like flipping a channel. Oh, what's on Inside the Booth today? Boop. And then something comes on. That's kind of like what I've always wanted it to be like. I've always wanted to do something like that when I was younger, is entertain people in like more of a TV show network type of situation. But hey, you know, we start small. We don't, and we enjoy the small things as well, you know. We can't jump to the big things right away. Who knows? Maybe 10 years down the road, we might get there. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows what God has in store? But we just thank you guys for being here and being a part of this journey. And just who knows what God has in store for you guys too, you know. Keep in touch with us. You know, we enjoy our fans. We enjoy our friends. You guys are just not just fans, you're friends also. So, you know, we enjoy you guys around and talking to everybody. So thanks for being around. Thanks for talking. Thanks for being friends. We love you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you. And yeah, let me just, I just want to give a blessing real quick. I bless everybody out there right now in the name of Jesus that they have a great week and a great weekend. We thank you for everybody who does come and watch. And Lord Jesus, I just pray you bless everybody tonight and tomorrow and the following days after that. Amen. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being around. And, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Love y'all.